Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I want to take the time thanking you for being here. My name is John Bourne. I served in the United States Army for 28 years, retired at the rank of First Sergeant. I am the newly elected commander to Post 86 for my third term of the American Legion. It is my pleasure and my honor to welcome you to the Post 86 observance of the 250th anniversary and the founding of the United States Navy. And this important role played by the people of Braintree in its creation. The colors are going to be led today by the United States Navy Retired Command Master Chief Paul W. Marshall, and also another young lady that served 25 years, Navy vet, Gail Dorito from the Braintree Yacht Club. Also with them will be Chief Petty Officer Joseph Wilhelm and Petty Officer First Class Gail Goodness. When I give the command to post colors, all speakers and audience, if they can, please stand and remain standing for the national anthem. The Pledge of Allegiance will be led with four-time Post Commander of the United States Navy veteran Alfred W. Verasso. Al?
Okay, just keep reading.
Yeah. And the invocation read by the United States Marine Corps veteran of the Braintree Veterans Council and Post 86 Chaplain Bert Trumley. When Bert says uncover, all will please remove their covers for the invocation. When Bert says cover, all covers will be worn again. All the audience members will please stand. And now, Command Master Chief Paul W. Marshall, post the colors. Now we'll play the... Oh, she's going to... Oh. All right. You got it.
Salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Two.
Uncover. Almighty God, Lord of the land and sea, we gather today with grateful hearts to observe a moment of history, the 250th anniversary of the United States Navy. We acknowledge with deep respect and gratitude all who have worn the uniform of the United States Navy and stood the watch. We remember the first Continental sailors who won our freedom, and we honor every man and woman who has preserved it ever since, and whose courage, skill, and sacrifice have defended our nation's freedom and protected the seas. We ask for your divine guidance as the United States Navy looks to the future. Bless our leaders, our sailors, and their families. Grant them wisdom in command, strength in adversity, and the unwavering commitment to uphold the highest ideals of the service of our nation, our people, our freedom, loving people of all over the world. May their actions always be just and their purpose clear. Inspire us all to draw strength from the proud heritage of the United States Navy and to the continue in the spirit of honor, of courage, and of commitment. Amen. Cover.
Please be seated. I can think of no better way to begin our story of how the United States Navy came to be than to make a very personal relationship and to tell the story of a man who is with us today, a sailor who served in combat in that Navy in the greatest war in human history, World War II. Let us begin with that story. Mayor Joyce, do you have that script? The preamble for the proclamation? Please just introduce yourself to them. Yeah, and read that.
Good morning. It's my distinct honor and privilege to be with you this morning, celebrating the 250th anniversary of the Continental Navy, which is now known as the United States Navy. To all of our veterans able to join us today, thank you for your service, and especially to our Navy veterans, our sailors, thank you especially today on the Navy's 250th birthday. I'm Mayor Joyce, and I'm very happy to have you all gathered here this morning and to be serving as mayor during a very symbolic and historic anniversary that we are lucky to be able to celebrate here this morning. The town of Braintree, a proclamation honoring the service of World War II United States Navy combat veteran, Chief Commissary Steward Malcolm Brooks McLeod, on the occasion of his 101st birthday and the observance of the 250th anniversary of the United States Navy, in which he so honorably served.
Good morning. My name is Chris Fortunato. I'm Thayer Academy's head of school, and I'm a proud brother to Lieutenant Colonel John Fortunato, former naval reservist and currently serving in Jordan with the Air Force Reserves. It is my privilege to be here among all of you. I thank you for your service, and it is with gratitude that I read today's proclamation. Whereas Braintree American Legion Post 86, one of the oldest in our nation, with headquarters in the birthplace of John Hancock, President of the Second Continental Congress, born in Braintree on January 23, 1737, and John Adams, delegate from Massachusetts, born in Braintree on October 30th, 1735, both ardent supporters of the creation of a Continental Navy, wishes to formally celebrate the 250th anniversary of the United States Navy. Thank you.
No, it's the other one. Okay. Read this one. This one.
Oh, this is Malcolm.
Yeah, okay.
As part of the observance of this landmark anniversary in the history of our town and our nation, we also wish to honor the service to the U.S. Navy, to Post 86 of the American Legion, and to our nation, one of our longest serving members. As and past First Vice Commander, World War II, U.S. Navy combat veteran, Malcolm Brooks McLeod.
And just introduce yourself and tell them your rank.
Say again?
Just introduce yourself and tell them your rank.
Okay. I am Command Master Chief Richard A. Wenzel, U.S. Navy, retired.
And that was retired after 24 years.
Not me, him. Good morning, my name's Tim McDonald. I'm the superintendent of Braintree Schools, and I'm also the proud uncle of Lieutenant Patrick McDonald, who is currently serving in the United States Navy. Whereas after the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor on December 7, 1941, and the declarations of war on the United States by Nazi Germany and Fascist Italy 4 days later, tens of thousands of men and women in what has become to be called the greatest generation joined the armed forces. Malcolm Brooks McLeod was one of them. He enlisted as an able seaman in the U.S. Navy in Boston on June 7, 1942. He was 17 years old.
My name is Joe Reynolds, Captain, United States Army, proud nephew, John O'Connor, United States Navy, World War II veteran. Whereas young Sailor McLeod attended the U.S. Navy School for Cooks and Bakers at the Boston Navy Yard, where he was promoted to the rank of ship's cook. He then attended the commissary school at the amphibious training base at Camp Bradford, Norfolk, Virginia, and once again was promoted, this time to the rank of Chief Commissary Steward, one of the youngest men in the United States Navy to hold the rank at that time.
Hello, my name is Vanessa Rutledge, hospitalman, second class, and currently with Post 86, Braintree. Whereas, during his 3 years of service with our World at War, Chief McLeod served aboard 4 combat service vessels called LSTs, Tank Landing Ship, USS LST 390, USS LST 447, USS LST 714, and USS LST 581.
Good morning, I'm Dr. Michael Volanino. I'm the principal of Archbishop Williams High School, and the proud grandson of Robert Diator, an Italian immigrant and United States Air Force veteran in World War II. Whereas his active service, from initial training to combat duty, continued through the war years of 1943, 1944, and 1945, for his service in the U.S. Navy during World War II in the Pacific, he was awarded the American Area Medal, the Amphibious Insignia, the Philippine Liberation Medal with 1 star, the Asiatic Pacific Medal with 4 stars, the Good Conduct Medal, and the World War II Victory Medal. Each star represented his participation in another formally recognized major military campaign.
Good morning. My name is Paul Marshall. I'm a Command Master Chief, Petty Officer retired. Whereas empathizing the spirit of citizen soldier, sailor, and Marine who defends our nation in the armed forces in time of war and serves our nation as a civilian in time of peace, he was honorably discharged from the United States Navy at the U.S. Navy Personnel Separation Center in Boston on December 22nd, 1945.
Good morning. My name is Kate Naughton. I am the Director of Community Affairs. I am the proud granddaughter of Navy veteran John Francis McDonough and the proud niece of Navy veteran Kenneth Fortini. Whereas upon the 101st anniversary of his birth, we, the people of the town of Braintree, wish to express to him our deepest respect and gratitude for his selfless service in wartime and his dedicated service in times of peace. Thank you, Chief McLeod, for all that you have done for all of us.
Now, therefore, I, the Honorable Aaron V. Joyce, Mayor of the Town of Braintree in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Town Charter of Braintree, do hereby proclaim today, Friday, October 10th, 2025, 3 days after his 101st birthday, and 3 days before the 250th anniversary of the establishment of the United States Navy, as World War II United States Navy combat veteran Malcolm Brooks McLeod Day in Braintree. In witness thereof, I have hereunto set my hand in the executive offices of Braintree Town Hall on the 7th day of October in the year 2025, the 101st birthday of Malcolm Brooks McLeod, and in the year of incorporation of the town of Braintree, 385. Thank you.
There's an empty chair to my left. That empty chair was to be occupied by our guest of honor. I don't know why he's here, not here today. I do hope that he will be with us. He was here yesterday, and we were speaking with him. What I would like to do now, with your permission, is have a few photos taken so that he can see those photos, get those photos, and those will be his memento. If he cannot be here in person, then it would be nice if we can prepare these photos for him so that he can see what all of us wanted to do for him and how very much the people of education and government and his comrades in arms and his shipmates and all of the people of our town honor him, respect him, and all of the people of the greatest generation of which he is the most noble example. We're going to pose a couple of photos. Anna Deng from the mayor's office will be taking them, and the certificate that we were going to present to Malcolm is this one, which is the text which you just heard read by our guest speakers. So Anna, let's start over here. Mayor Joyce, please. Ms. Norton, please. If you would take out your programs, Anna's going to be playing Anchors Away, the traditional version. The song was originally written in 1906. West Point had defeated Navy 4 years in a row at the Army-Navy football game. One of the cadets at Annapolis wrote the words. The director of music at Annapolis. Oh, he is. Right there. All right. Wait till he gets in. Wrote the music, the director of music at Annapolis, and that year they played Anchors Away for the first time. And as an Army officer, it's hard for me to say it, but Navy defeated Army 10-0. Ever since then, Anchors Away has been the song of the Navy. And now our guest of honor has just come in, and he came in at the perfect time because we want to play Anchors Away in honor of Malcolm Brooks McLeod. Okay, please be seated. I'm going to ask our guests if they would please move to my left so that we can arrange another shot. I should say photo. We're dealing with military here, so I have to watch out for the use of that word. And we want to get a picture of a gallant man. It's an honor for all of us to be in the room with him. World War II combat veteran, Malcolm Brooks McLeod. Malcolm, Mr. McLeod, Chief McLeod, American Legionnaire McLeod, thank you so much for your service to our country and to all of us. It is men like you who helped us all to live in the country that we live in today, the greatest generation. And Chief McLeod, you represent them all.
the Town of Braintree, a proclamation honoring the 250th anniversary of the establishment of the United States Navy and the 180th anniversary of the founding of the United States Navy Academy in Annapolis.
Okay, here we go. It's the same text.
Good morning. My name is Command Master Chief Richard A. Wenzel, U.S. Navy, retired. Whereas Braintree American Legion Post 86, one of the oldest in our nation, with headquarters in the birthplace of John Hancock, President of the Second Continental Congress, born in Braintree on January 23, 1737, and John Adams, delegate from Massachusetts, born in Braintree on October 30th, 1735, both ardent supporters of the creation of the Continental Navy, wish to formally celebrate the 250th anniversary of the United States Navy. Thank you.
Good morning. Paul Marshall, Command Master Chief, retired. Whereas in 1774 and 1775, John Adams, the most steadfast and convincing advocate of naval power in Congress, played a vital role in pursuing the Continental delegates to create a Continental Navy. On October 13, 1775, the birthday of the United States Navy, they voted to fit out 2 armed vessels to stop the supplies for the British.
Whereas Second Continental Congress President John Hancock signed commissions naming Essex Hopkins as Commander-in-Chief of the Continental Navy in 1775 and in 1776 appointing John Barry to the rank of captain. John Barry is one of the 3 men who are considered by historians to be the fathers of the United States Navy.
Vanessa Rutledge, HM2, currently a member of Post 86. Whereas in 1775, John Adams was the principal author of the first book of regulations for the Continental Navy, based upon the British Royal Navy regulations. Much of Adams' work remains unchanged to this day.
Michael Volanino, Archbishop Williams High School. And I'd be remiss to say that tonight our Students for Heroes Club is doing a football for first responders event, and I just wanted to welcome and invite everybody here to that as well at our home field on Storrs Avenue. Whereas on October 10th, 1776, 249 years ago today, John Hancock signed the commission which appointed John Paul Jones, one of the most famous commanders in naval history, as captain in the Continental Navy. John Paul Jones is the second of 3 men who are considered to be the fathers of the U.S. Navy. The third is John Adams.
Good morning again. Tim McDonald, Braintree Superintendent of Schools. Whereas when the Continental Navy disbanded in 1785, was reestablished in 1794, it became known as the United States Navy for the first time. 6 armed frigates were ordered, among them the USS Constitution. This act was signed by the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Frederick August Muhlenberg, John Adams as Senate President, and United States Vice President, and George Washington, President of the United States.
Good morning. My name is George Andes. I'm the current Veteran Service Office for the town of Braintree, a United States Air Force veteran, and a proud father of Second Lieutenant Kevin Andes, United States Air Force active. Whereas our second president, John Adams, attended the initial launch attempt of the USS Constitution, September 21st, 1797. In 1798, he created the Department of the Navy, appointed Benjamin Stoddert as the first Secretary of the Navy, and issued the orders which sent the USS Constitution to sea for the very first time.
Joe Reynolds, District 2 Town Council of Braintree. Whereas our sixth president, John Quincy Adams, born in Braintree, July 11, 1767, tried unsuccessfully to establish a naval academy. As a member of the House of Representatives, he worked on the idea again with the Secretary of the Navy, George Bancroft, and the United States Naval Academy was founded on October 10, 1845.
As the proclamation that was just read honoring the 250th anniversary of the establishment of the United States Navy and the 180th anniversary of the founding of the United States Naval Academy at Annapolis, and also the vital role of John Adams, John Hancock, and John Quincy Adams, all born in Braintree in the U.S. Navy's creation. I have the honor, now therefore, as the Honorable Mayor Aaron V. Joyce, Mayor of the town of Braintree in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Town Charter of Braintree, do hereby proclaim this coming Monday, October 13th, 2025, the 250th anniversary of the establishment of the United States Navy as a day of remembrance, to honor all of the men and women of our town and our nation who have served honorably in the United States Navy in the past, who are serving today on land, at sea, in the air, and all who served in the future, remembering with deepest reverence those who lost their lives in our nation's service, to be United States Navy Day in Braintree, 1775 to 2025.
Mayor Joyce is now going to present copies of that proclamation, first to our Superintendent of Schools, Mr. McDonald. Second, to the principal of Archbishop Williams High School, Dr. Michael Volanino. Third, Mr. George Andes, the Braintree Veterans Agent. And now I would like to call a gentleman over. He is the commander of Braintree Post 86 of the American Legion, 28 years of service in the United States Army, John F. Bourne. If you could come forward, John, please. And finally, to the gentleman who is the overall coordinator of today's event, a man who served the United States Navy for 24 years, signalman and master at arms, my good friend, Pedro Pete Vidal. Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Fortunato, the head of school for Thayer Academy, is at an assembly at Thayer Academy right now, and a copy of that proclamation will also be given to Thayer Academy. Thayer Academy sends many, many people to Harvard and has for a long, long time, and the presentation to the student body at Thayer today is a representative of Harvard University. My name is Patrick J. Leonard, Jr. I served as an officer in the Adjutant General Corps of the United States Army. I'm now the historian of Braintree Post 86 of the American Legion. Remember some things about our nation, about the people seated to my left and the people seated to my right, the military and the education. Before we had a nation, we had an army. That army was brought into existence in significant part through the efforts of a man from our town of Braintree, John Adams. The man who became commander-in-chief of that army, General George Washington, was nominated for that position by John Adams of Braintree, Massachusetts. All officers in the armed forces have a commission. The commission which made George Washington general and commander-in-chief of the United Armies of the Colonies was John Hancock from Braintree, Massachusetts, who was then serving as president of the Second Continental Congress. Before we had a nation, we had a Navy, and we're gathered here today to honor the 250th anniversary of the establishment of that Navy, and we honored a noble sailor of that Navy when we opened our program. Before we had a nation, we had a Marine Corps. John Adams of Braintree was significantly responsible for the establishment of the Continental Marine Corps in 1775, and as president, he permanently established the United States Marine Corps in 1798. John Adams of Braintree was the prime mover in establishing the United States Army, the United States Navy, and the United States Marine Corps. And his son, John Quincy Adams, was one of the prime movers in establishing the United States Military Academy at Annapolis, Maryland. And a man from Braintree, Massachusetts, is called the father of West Point, Sylvanus Thayer. The military created the nation. The gentleman and the lady on our left are the people who represent the Army, the Navy, and the Marines of that day to our day. I'd like you to do us all a little favor. If you ever served in the military, or a close family member ever served in the military, could you please raise your hand? That's what a teacher likes to see. Every hand goes up. My father was in the United States Navy in World War II. On July 4th, 1776, we declared our independence, but Great Britain denied it. On that day, July 4th, 1776, that everyone celebrates, we said we should be independent, but we were not. We became an independent nation because of the battles which were fought and won on land and at sea by the soldiers of our Army, the sailors of our Navy, and the men of the United States Marine Corps. if you could give a big round of applause to those people who wear the uniforms of the United States Navy and to everyone who wears the uniforms of the Armed Forces of the United States. Now I'd like to introduce past Commander Pedro Vidal, who will begin our concluding remarks. Commander Vidal, please.
Good morning. Thank you all for coming. Great attendance. As I was introduced, I'm Pedro, don't go by Pete Vidal, Past Commander of Post 86 and the Veterans Council. It is a pleasure for me to serve as the overall coordinator of the 250th anniversary of the establishment of the United States Navy, the branch of armed forces where I served for 25 years. This included 4 years as a signalman on active duty in Vietnam and 21 years in the reserves as a Master-at-Arms. I retired with the rank of Master-at-Arms Chief. Many people from Post 86, our guests, and many others contributed to this part of today's celebration. My role as overall coordinator of today's program, and on behalf of officers and members of the American Legion, I want to thank each and every one of you for all that you have done to honor the history of the United States Navy. The people of Braintree who did so much to create and develop our Navy, and the service of all the men and women who have served in the naval forces, we are especially honored today by the presence of our guest of honor, United States Navy Chief Malcolm Brooks McLeod, who I consider a personal friend. Now I would like to turn the program over to the Braintree Asians veteran, George Andes, who will express the thanks and appreciation of all Post 86. George?
I have to ask George to pause for a second because I forgot someone. And that someone is a man I worked with many times on many events. He served as a captain in the Yankee Division. He is my superior officer, Captain Joe Reynolds. Hey, Joyce.
Good morning again. Before I get into the thank yous, I just want to say I've been honored to be part of many ceremonies, including Veterans Day, Memorial Day, different opportunities in the town of Somerset where I live. And as the chairman of the Veterans Advisory Board, had the opportunity to run different events. And I have to say, in all the years that I've done this, this has probably been the most dedicated to our service members that I've ever seen. Patrick, Peter, you've done a wonderful job today. Thank you very much. So as I stated before, my name is George Andes. I'm a United States Air Force veteran of 12 years and now serving as your newly appointed Veteran Service Office. I served in that capacity for many years in Somerset, Mass., and although I have only been working with the people of Braintree and members of the Braintree veteran community for a few months, I've come to know many fine people. Every day, I'm coming to appreciate the people of Braintree more and more, and to learn more about the special history of this town. As all of you know, to put together an event like today, today's observance of the United States Navy's 250th anniversary takes many people, Takes an army, I guess. Sorry, I had to say that. And a lot of the background work. Pete Vidal has asked me to say a few words about those who've helped him with the program. First, let's have a round of applause for Peter. Pete confirmed arrangements with the mayor and her staff to hold our ceremony here and guided the team to developing today's program. Thank you, Pete. Patrick Leonard has been working with Pete, and we wish to express our thanks to him for preparing our printed programs, table posters, coordinated ceremony sequence and details, and a variety of other tasks. Thank you, Patrick, for what you did for today's ceremony. Mayor Joyce, thank you very much, and Director of Community Affairs, Kate Norton, for the invitation to hold our ceremony here at the Cahill Auditorium, and the help of the custodian staff in setting up the hall. Thank you to all. Kate Norton also coordinated the invitations for many of our guest speakers, and we are very grateful to her for the work which resulted in our receiving the support and participation of many of the fine proclamation speakers in today's program. Thank you to each one of our guest speakers who read the official Town of Braintree proclamations. Mr. Fortunato, head of school of Thayer Academy, Tim McDonald, Braintree Superintendent of Schools, Joseph H. Reynolds, Chief Operating Officer of the Massachusetts Executive Office of Veteran Services, Charles B. Ryan, President of the Braintree Town Council, and Dr. Michael R. Volanino, the Principal of Archbishop Williams High School. We'd also like to thank Jane McCarthy, the Assistant to the Head of School at Thayer Academy, for representing the Academy today. Thank you all for being a part of our program. Our recorded music today was arranged by Miss Anna Dang, Communications Coordinator for the Town of Braintree. Anna has been on the Mayor's staff for about 2 months, and the music which you heard today is a fine example of her professional work. Thank you, Anna. Thank you to U.S. Navy veteran Richard Wenzel and the officers and members of Braintree Post 1702 of the Veterans of Foreign Wars of the United States for providing the 250th anniversary cake for today's ceremony. A special thanks goes to Dave Fasano, Ralph Fasano, and the team of Fasano's Catering for donating the coffee for all of us today. And we cannot go without forgetting our fine ladies and gentlemen, past, present, and future of the United States Navy. I want to thank you to Mrs. Norma Leonard and Pat Leonard's wife for setting up the refreshments for today. Norma made up the menu for today and coordinated the setup, and we will be enjoying the results of her work in just a few minutes. Many thanks also to Vanessa Rutledge and June Newman, who worked with Norma Leonard to set up all the goods on the tables to help you enjoy the rest of the morning. BCAM TV is always very much deserving of our thanks, and we want to express our gratitude to Wes Ray, the Executive Director, for arranging to have a video of today's ceremony. In the control room today were BCAM technicians Bill Needham and David Maybrook. Memories of events fade in time, but thanks to them, our ceremony and so many others can be shared with home viewers and seen in future years. Our many thanks to Malcolm B. McLeod for being with us here today. He truly represents the greatest generation, and it has been a pleasure and honor for all of us to hear the story of his service to our nation and to share the ceremony with you. Thank you, sir. As we close out today, Mr. David Crispin will once again be playing taps in honor of the men and women of our armed forces throughout all of our history who lost their lives in our nation's service. May we forever honor their memory and preserve the record of their service. Thank you, Mr. Crispin, for your important part in today's event. There's many other people who lent a helping hand, and our sincere thank you to all. Thank you very much.
I'm going to ask retired Command Master Chief Paul Marshall if he would please come forward and introduce our guests from Quincy Naval Reserve who were part of the Color Guard today. It's very important that we have active reserve people, and we really appreciate their coming here today to represent the young men, the young women, all of the people of the United States Navy of today. An applause for our Color Guard, please. Yeah. Me too. And Gail DeRigo also. Gail will... just take a look, please, at the right sleeves. You see this one has nothing on it, but look at those. Okay, Paul.
Good morning, all. It's just an honor to be here for the Navy 250th birthday. Obviously, I'm a sailor, so it's a big deal for me. My ties to the area was back in the mid-'90s. I was stationed at Naval Air Station South Weymouth, and since its closure, the Navy presence is still alive with the Naval Reserve Center in Quincy, Mass., where they have a small active duty staff and reserves that come in on the weekends, and they deploy them and do a lot of great work to keep the Navy alive here in the area. And I'm very thankful over the last couple years since I've moved back to the area to have a partnership with them, and they've come out and helped us on Pearl Harbor Day and the flags that we put at Blue Hills. It's really great to see that we still have a great community with the active duty sailors and the reserve sailors in the area. So I want to just have them introduce themselves and their status at this time.
Good morning, I'm Chief Wilhelm. I'm the former SEL at Navy Reserve Center Quincy. I'll be moving to Jacksonville, Florida here shortly, but appreciate everybody inviting me here, and currently active duty as well.
Good morning, my name is Petty Officer First Class Goodness, born and raised in Wisconsin, stationed at the Reserve Center in Quincy, been there for a little less than a year. I've been in for 8 years. I look forward for my next couple years of service in this area. Thank you for your support.
Good morning, I'm Hospital Corpsman Chief Petty Officer Gail DeRigo. I served 26 years in the Navy Reserve, spent a lot of time at Bethesda Naval Hospital, and then South Weymouth Naval Air Station, Brunswick Naval Air Station, Newport, Rhode Island, and now I'm retired. Thank you very much.
Okay, if our color guard could please form up in front, and Mayor Joyce, if you would be so kind as to be in the middle of the color guard. Now, to close our program today, I'd like to introduce the commander of Post 86 once again, 28-year Army veteran John F. Bourne. Commander Bourne.
As commander of the Post 86 American Legion, in behalf of the Post 86 officers and members, I wish to conclude our program today. Once again, I want to thank everybody who helped organize today's program, and those who participated and those that attended. In a moment, I would like to ask the audience, please stand for playing of the United States Navy hymn, Eternal Fathers, and remain standing for God Bless America, the benedictions, the retirement of colors and taps. Our bugle player today is Dave Crispin, son of Robert C. Crispin, who served in the Pacific in the United States Army, Air Corps, and World War II. Mr. Crispin will play taps and echo. All right. When the last note of echoes has been sound, our ceremony is concluded. Following this, our formal historical observance will be cutting the cake of 250-year anniversary of the United States Navy. The first piece will be cut for the senior sailor, Malcolm Brooks McLeod. The first piece will be given to the youngest sailor in the group. Following the cutting of the cake, the gallery will be open for refreshments for all. Once again, thank you for everything each of you people have done today in honoring the memory of our service, of all men and women who served in the Navy and all in the armed forces, past, present, and future, serving now. Now, please stand for the Eternal Father, the Navy hymn.
Be
Uncover. May the Lord bless and keep all who have gathered here today. May his face shine upon the United States Navy and all who serve in the United States Navy, on the oceans and shores of our world, in the air, and in the digital seas of the modern age of technology. May the deep tradition of victory and of perseverance to be a source of our strength for our sailors and their families, now and in the years to come. As you go home from this place, carry with you this lesson of the history of the United States Navy, in the history of our beloved country, in the resolve to protect in peace and the freedom of our nation and our people. Go forth today in safety and serve with humility and distinction, knowing the divine guidance accompanies your every step. May God grant you all to serve in the United States Navy, fair winds and following in seas, and protect those naval men and women who have the honor of wearing the uniform of the armed forces of our nation. Amen. Cover.
At this time, we'd like to retire the colors.
That concludes our ceremony for today. We're now going to move to the area of that beautiful cake from Post 1702 Veterans of Foreign Wars. Please observe the ceremony of the cutting of the cake. After that, the refreshments will be served. Thank you.